Welcome to Season 2 of the Fit to Love podcast show. Hello and welcome to Fit to Love Tasty Tuesdays. All about cooking, all about nutrition, and all about you. Enjoy the show. Today's show brought to you by Fit to Love, how to get physically, emotionally, and spiritually fit to attract the love of your life. Visit fittolove.tv/ebook to download your copy today. Today's show, ginger miso dressing. So we've only done one salad dressing on the show before in Season 1 with Jeannie Peters, and now we have Dr. Meg back, and she's going to show us how to make a ginger miso dressing. Now this dressing, I will tell you, is not paleo, but we're going to try it the way that we're doing it now, and then if there's any concerns, we can find some substitutions, and Dr. Meg will help us with that. So teach us!
Yay, exciting. Okay, so we're going to start with ginger. We're going to need some kind of a Vitamix or a food processor, something that's going to get it nice and creamy, which is really good. Vitamix is my #1 choice for that. Okay. So fresh ginger root. So you're going to prep your ginger root, and you're going to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons. It depends on you and how you like it. I love ginger.
I love ginger.
Okay, so we're gonna do it up there. So it's about 3 tablespoons worth of ginger. The next thing that we're going to put in is the rice vinegar. So here we got rice vinegar.
And I'm imagining that if you clicked on the show, unless of course you're just one of our fans, and I thank you for watching Tasty Tuesdays, but if you're new to the show and you clicked on it because you saw that it's ginger miso dressing, they probably like ginger too. So
yes, I imagine so.
So you said 4 tablespoons?
Like lots of it. Now this is a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar that we're just going to put right in on top.
And you started off with how much ginger again?
3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons of ginger and a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar.
It's kind of hard to make ginger. I mean, unless you grate it first, but that's too much work.
Too much work.
So
way too much work.
We don't want to go for that much work. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to put in here is the olive oil. So we have 3/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil.
And I have organic Italian extra virgin olive oil. Now, the great thing about this recipe is that it will keep in the refrigerator, right? So someone could make it, and how long do you think it would last?
Oh wow, miso lasts so long. I mean, it could last for several weeks.
Excellent. So when you see this, if you think, oh, I have to make a dressing in a blender, it can last you for several weeks, and you might even want to do it maybe in a month, right? Taste it. I mean, it could.
Exactly.
You always want to smell it and see if it smells okay. Then dab and taste after it's been a couple weeks, and then if it's good, you're good to go. So just make it one time, make a lot of it, and keep it in the refrigerator.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and it's good on so many different things, not just salads. Like millet. I'll make millet and then put some of this in there. You can use it as on fish.
Ooh,
a marinade.
Fish, yes.
So really fantastic.
How about on vegetables?
Right on vegetables.
All
just
vegetables.
to dip it in because it's kind of creamy too.
So it could be like a dip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Like a dairy-free, gluten-free dip.
Exactly.
That's how one can serve with raw vegetables.
Exactly.
Ooh.
So okay, so I just put in 3 tablespoons of sesame oil, and then we're going to put in some honey.
Honey, and we're even using raw organic honey.
Good stuff, right?
Because we're not heating it up, I'm a big fan of when you can use raw, use raw. I don't like to use raw when I'm going to bake or cook something because I'm going to bake or cook it, so it's not raw anymore. So when you're, right, what's the point? So when you're doing something that's only in a blender and there's no heat involved, try to use raw.
Okay, and then the chickpea miso. I'm going to talk about this for a moment. Chickpea miso, miso is typically made with soy. Now for people like me, I'm soy free. So when I found chickpea miso, I was very excited because I can use this in soups to make it creamy, make a good creamy vegan cream of mushroom soup or broccoli, or we're going to do a vegan asparagus soup using this later. So anyway, so we're going to put this in here.
So now, it's not paleo, but it's a dairy-free option. So if you don't mind, and I know that, and it has, but still can have that miso flavor, right?
Yeah.
So I would be substituting something like a coconut cream, but it's not going to have the same flavor as this. So for, if you really want the miso flavor, this is going to be exciting to have this because I'm soy-free, and we're soy-free on the show too. We don't use soy.
Yeah. It's Good stuff. Now, this is not quite as salty as regular miso that you'll find made from soy.
Yep.
So it's got a different flavor. And you'll notice the difference when you taste it. It's quite delicious.
Very nice. Now, are we going to add any salt to this, or can we add salt to this?
No, there's actually the salt.
No, not to this, but I meant into, you said it's not normally a salty? Okay.
No. I'm just saying if you used regular soy miso,
yes.
soy-based miso, it would taste different in this recipe.
Got it.
It would just be a little saltier.
So if you're concerned about sodium, then this might be a better option anyway to use because it doesn't have the same salt content. Okay.
Exactly.
Great.
So, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start blending this now.
Water?
No, we're going to actually add that in a little bit.
Oh, we blend this down first. Okay.
Blend it down first. Actually, and you can kind of see the chemistry of what happens with this one when we start doing this.
Okay.
So I've had this Vitamix since 1997.
They last a long time, don't
they do. It's amazing. Oh, we need to plug it in.
That is not the first time that has happened.
We unplugged it so we had room. And
no, I have tried to blend something at Jeannie's when it wasn't plugged in. So
that's awesome. Okay, so there we go. We're plugged in. Okay. Okay, I want you just to see how thick this is at this point.
Oh my!
It's really thick. And
yeah, let's show them.
If you keep going with, like, you can actually use it at this point as a dip if you want to.
That's really thick.
Yeah, it is really thick. So if you keep it going a little bit longer, actually we're going to turn this back on because what we're going to do is we're going to start adding the water into it. It's about a cup of filtered butter. Turn this back down.
Someone that's not using a Vitamix because it started to go solid, like started to get really super thick before we added the water, could someone then, you would recommend that they add the water in slowly? Mm-hmm. So let's say they're using something else that's smaller and they take the lid off and they put a little water in and then they do it in stages?
Yeah, just do it slowly.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Does it smell good?
Well, and yes. And it's yellow.
It is, yeah, I see that.
I mean, of course it's yellow. We're using kind of yellowy things, but...
Yeah, see the color of it? Try it?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
It is really good.
It's full of flavor, right?
It's totally full of flavor, and it's something that when you look at it, you think it's dairy because it's so creamy, like I said. Like I would, if I saw this at a party or on my salad, I'd say, "Whoa, what is this?" You know? Yeah. I mean, it could be mayonnaise based, yeah. but it's not. It's very cool. Excellent. All right, so I would definitely recommend everybody try this because if you like the taste of miso, and again, putting it on fish, there's so many things you can do with it. Absolutely, mm-hmm. Dip it in vegetables. I know for me, having another alternative for raw vegetables is so important because I don't eat them enough because I get bored with the same things. Yeah. So definitely try this dressing and let us know.
Yeah.
The Fit to Love podcast show offers you 6 days a week of helpful content to achieve the happy life you deserve. Movement Mondays and Tasty Tuesdays are weekly video casts, while Wellness Wednesdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, Freedom Fridays, and Sexy Saturdays are audio-only shows themed every week to address your holistic life and needs. If the show inspired you, we would love for you to share it and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. Head on over to fittolove.tv for recaps of every show, resources, and to join the community. That's FIT, the number 2, LOVE.tv. Have a fit and fabulous day.